Have you ever met those who keep humming on the song through its life? They live a life to a whole different tune. And have you ever met those that keep humming when it's all blames its life? They figured out what the rest of the year. The second you realize when you have a sign, it's only just a little run. So when you're standing in the rain again, you might as well be.
Ciao
Ciao, buongiorno from Florida.
from Kissimmee, Florida. This is Kerri and Mike Smart, and we are starting our YouTube channel because we want to inform you that if you have thought about or dreamed about owning a home in Italy,
It can be done.
it certainly can be done, because if these two kids did it,
You can do it too.
you can do it too.
And you don't need to be one of those channels that have a ton of money. It can be done on a very simple budget.
Our budget was basically nothing. We had no money, and we ended up purchasing our home during COVID.
Very difficult time to do it, but we did it.
We signed our deed on January 2021 when Italy was absolutely closed to foreigners, and we ended up buying our home.
Yeah. And the first flight over, we weren't sure if we were even going to get out of the United States or into Italy with all the restrictions, but we did it. So again, this channel is to prove that you can do it, because you'll learn a lot about us and how we did it. And if we can do it, you certainly can do it.
So, purchased the home, we have our keys. It's been a few years now. We've documented a lot of the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And there's been a lot of all three.
There's been a lot of all three. Currently, we're in the ugly,
Yeah.
which we'll get to that at the end,
Right.
but we're gonna start in the beginning.
Right. And the ugly isn't really much to do with the process of how we got there and what we did.
No regrets.
No regrets. Unfortunately, we did run into a little ugly last year, but it's something that we're working through, and we certainly will get through it. But we'll explain all that. But again, don't let any of the ugly deter you from your dreams, because it certainly hasn't for us.
Right. You see so many people that, you know, start a YouTube channel and show you, you know, they bought a house down in the Amalfi Coast or Tuscany. We're not in Tuscany, we're not in the Amalfi Coast.
No,
but
we're not.
we think we found our home away from home in the most beautiful, authentic, small Italian village,
Right. Yeah.
where we've become family with the neighbors in Italy.
Yeah, as much as we would love a sea view or to be able to look over the vineyard, we would never pass that up for the neighbors that we were actually blessed to be dropped in front of. I think the Italian culture and the neighbors you may end up finding can really add a whole dynamic to purchasing a home in Italy.
So we hope to at some point have our neighbors on our
Yes.
channel so you can meet them and have a glimpse of life in an authentic Italian village.
From the 13th, I believe it was the 13th century, the village was from, and you'll see some of the photos of the original castle wall that we were blessed to be attached to. Again, you'll see some of that stuff in the videos and the postings to follow. But yeah, it's different being in the old Italian, I don't want to say culture, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word.
I just say like we're not in a tourist.
No,
So
definitely
it's
not.
Definitely like authentic.
And we learned really quick, it's a different way of life. It's a slower paced way of life, and that can be really good to have a little piece of that, even if it's just for a couple of weeks or a month or whatever your plans are to be vacationing or whatever it is. But boy, it's a different way of life over there, and it's refreshing, it's relaxing, and
It has its drawbacks.
yeah, it does.
So we're gonna
It does.
we're gonna take you along the ride.
Yeah, when you're waiting for a train with 3 kids and about 10 luggage bags, and you stop at a pastry store, and you want to get to your train, and they're telling you, relax, you have plenty of time.
Yeah, that was in Florence.
Yeah, that was.
But we have a lot to share. We're gonna go back and add video because we didn't start this during the initial purchase process, but we have content to now add.
Yes, lots of content.
We're not professional film people,
As you may
so
already understand.
don't come at us in the comments of how awful
But do
this
leave
is.
comments. Leave comments, good and bad. Obviously, you know, we're doing this channel for a reason. We're trying to put ourselves out there as just your regular average people who had a dream, and we were able to make that dream come true. So you can do it too.
We have 5 children, 3 granddaughters. One of my oldest daughters, Kaylee, just said, "Mom, buy the house." And we did. And we
did.
still look at each other.
Sight unseen.
Sight unseen.
Sight unseen in the
during
middle of COVID.
And we say we own a home in Italy.
Yep.
And I know someone out there is watching it thinking it can never happen. And it certainly can.
Absolutely can.
And we can't wait to show you how we made it happen on 20,000 euros.
Yeah, 20,000 euros.
So stay tuned. So we are sitting in Rome near the Vatican at Christmas, and our 20th wedding anniversary is coming up in December 2020. As we're in Italy, I booked an Airbnb in Hawaii. We were going to spend our 25th wedding anniversary in Hawaii with the girls.
With an original, authentic Hawaiian luau, renew the vows in Papau.
And
COVID.
then COVID hit. So that trip got canceled. I'm not even sure if we got all the money back,
I'm sure we didn't.
which kind of led us to pivot, as life sometimes makes you do. And we were obsessed with House Hunters International.
Yeah, that's what spurned a lot of the ideas, was just watching some of those shows.
Watching people actually buy a house in Italy cheaper than what you would pay for a car in Massachusetts. I can't. Knowing you could buy a home in Italy cheaper than what you could buy a car for in America was very appealing.
Right, very appealing. So now it was just a matter of taking that budget and
Seeing how far we could
seeing how far we could stretch it. Yeah, for sure.
And we did. So we started the process. We had already known of a very reliable, reputable woman from California who has a YouTube channel. Chris and Pete, they go by Super Savvy Travelers.
Great for expats.
Yep, so we reached out to her. I just remember asking, can you actually buy a home in Italy? Like, is this actually a thing? And she was like, yes, you can. My mom kept saying, you're gonna get there and it's a scam. My Uncle Teddy was like, when I told him we bought the home, his words back were, why the hell did you do that?
And I said, why the hell not?
So it's not everybody's dream, but if it's your dream, like it was our dream,
Right.
it can happen. And it did happen. And you can see the wind picking up. There's a storm coming.
And it happened in the probably the worst time you could imagine for it to happen. I mean, you know, in the midst of COVID and all the lockdowns and all that, why these two decided that it was a great idea to buy a home in Italy. I'm still not sure.
But if anything, it showed us if it can happen when
Yeah.
it shouldn't happen,
Then-
and all the obstacles
Very good point.
were thrown at us
Yeah.
to make it not happen.
Mhm.
We're very faithful people, and I believe God always gives me a sign, and the signs just kept coming,
Piling up.
piling up,
Piling
which was
up.
reassurance that we were not only doing the right thing, we were doing something finally for Mike and Kerri,
Right.
because we'd pretty much at this point raised our children. We, through the years, helped raise 19 foster children. Life was kind of simple. Like,
I mean,
we
it's,
had never even left America,
No.
never even left the country.
no, our travels were strictly between Massachusetts and Florida. I mean, between driving and flying, I mean, that was it. No left, no right, just north and south for us, really.
No Italian.
No Italian.
No, I'm Irish and Polish.
Still not sure exactly what I am. I'm a little bit of
He's
a lot.
little bit of a lot, but no Italian.
No.
My two older children are half Italian, so. But what we learned was, now we have a vacation home that we get to enjoy, our children get to enjoy,
Yeah.
our children's children,
Yeah.
family, friends, and we have the most amazing neighbors in this little village 1 hour from Rome.
1 hour from Rome, Central.
Central Italy.
It's funny because we live in what they call Central
Florida.
The Orlando area is considered Central Florida, and we ended up just about a 15-minute drive from the dead center of Italy, Rieti. It's about a 15-minute drive to the town of Rieti, which is called the navel of Italy because it's the dead center spot. So,
But we did that so we could go
Yeah.
north and south, which we have done in one trip.
one trip.
They say Italy's about the size of Florida and Georgia. So for us Americans, we drive.
Right.
I think some of our neighbors in Italy think we're crazy because when we get there, we travel.
Right.
But that's what we wanted. We wanted home base and then to be able to travel.
Right. We've actually taken trips with some of our neighbors to places that they've never been in Italy, and they've lived there their entire lives. So
We've gone in one trip, land in Rome, driven to the Dolomites, driven down to Calabria, Puglia, Scalea. We've been all around.
Yeah.
We
Still
have
lots to see, but we've seen
so
a
much
lot,
to see.
which is kind of crazy to think about that.
Yeah. So we hope you stick around, and we hope you reach out and comment.
Sure.
If you have questions.
Yep.
I actually have been working on an ebook to help people understand that you can purchase a home in Italy from regular people
Right.
like Mike and I.
Very regular people.
We're not realtors, we're not lawyers,
No.
we're not Italian citizens. We are your average.
Just average. We're your average paycheck to paycheck, week to week type of family. But I come up with this motto, and she thinks it's silly and smiles every time I say it. But if you don't do it, you'll never do it, and that's kind of the way I looked at it. If you think about it too much and put too much thought into it, and you start stressing about it,
It won't happen.
Then chances are you're probably not going to do it. But we want to show that just because I say if you don't do it, you'll never do it, but we want to show that it's actually very doable. And it doesn't take.
And you can't wait for the perfect time.
Right.
There never is a perfect time. We bought during COVID,
Right.
lockdown, masks. We didn't even know what our neighbors looked like
No.
because this is what we met.
Right. And we
So-
didn't speak we
Ciao.
ciao,
Buongiorno.
a bad
With our
buongiorno,
Boston accent.
which is, you'll find out, we'll get into that, but one bad buongiorno actually is what got us one of our first very good friends in Italy. They heard a very bad American buongiorno and they knew right away.
we found our people.
we found our
people.
people for
Yeah.
sure.
But also, real quick, I want to also add that this isn't an like anti-USA
No,
video.
100%.
We're not looking to be Italian citizens. We love America. We're patriots.
Yeah.
We just wanted a vacation home that our children, our families could enjoy for generations, and that's what we found. And we love both cultures.
Right.
So
Right. For when I say it's a different way of life, it's not putting a negative spin on where we're coming from. It's just
Right.
we do this for a vacation, and
we escape the rat race that you all know.
Yeah. So when I say that it's a different way of life, it's just a phrase that it's slower, and it's just less for us, less stress when we're over there.
It's a slowdown.
It is.
It makes you realize you're not in control of anything.
Right.
Mike, everyone that knows Mike knows he's jack of all trades, master of all, plumbing, electric, carpentry, mechanic. In Italy, it's a little different.
It's a little different.
It's a little bit.
Little different when you're
Piccolo.
Piccolo is correct. A little different when you're trying to find a wire or a water pipe inside of a 3-foot thick wall or floor. It's a little different than opening up a piece of sheetrock for sure.
So, stick around.
Stay tuned.
So some of the humorous side of purchasing a home.
I would be careful with humorous.
Yeah, it depends on.
Because when it happens, it wasn't.
Looking back now,
Yeah.
it's hysterical.
Yeah.
Then,
but in real time, it wasn't so funny.
like day one.
Like day one.
Day one.
When we realized that.
Well, first we had to get the things jammed up our nose.
Oh my gosh. Which
thank
is,
God that's over.
Thank God that's over. But it's kind of, you look back on it, it's kind of funny when they stick that, that swab up your nose, and then you're trying to be a tough guy and not scream because it hurts. And then you're sitting directly behind 5 Marines from the United States that had to do the same thing, and they were screaming. So
coming off the chairs.
So when I saw them screaming, I said, you know what, it's okay to yell because it wasn't fun.
But our home is in a small village in the Sabina Hills, 1 hour from Rome. Little village called
Poggio Nativo.
Poggio Nativo or Poggio Nativo, however I say it on the day. 2,500 residents.
About that, yeah. It's a small village. It's a village from I believe they said it was the 13th century. So it's a very old village.
There's a castle.
Yeah.
Our home happens to be attached to the ancient castle wall.
Original castle wall. So reading up on the village, the castle was started in the 13th century. I think it took obviously quite a while to build, but once that castle was done, they began building the houses from the castle down. So where we're actually attached to the castle tells us that we were one of the first actual homes to be built after the actual castle and the wall were completed.
So when we leave after our vacation and I look at Mike and I say, what about the house? And he says, Kerri, it's been there for
900 years? 700 years?
7
Who
to
knows?
900 years. It's not going anywhere.
It's been there a long time, so I think it's pretty.
You kind of walk away a little reassured that it's okay.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's gonna still be there when we get back.
Yeah. So, but with that comes ancient plumbing,
ancient electricity.
Yeah.
But yeah, so first night, day one, we get there.
Gung ho, all excited.
We were assured by our
non-American, non-speaking English agent
that everything was set, the water was on, the electric was on,
and here's some thunder and lightning, so we're gone.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Yes, I'm out.
We're out. We'll be back though.
We'll be back. So I know you want to hear more.
Ciao.
But, yeah.
Or as they would say, ciao, ciao, ciao.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Buongiorno. It is, I don't even know what day it is. Monday morning. We arrived into Rome. Customs was no problem. We showed our paperwork. We had to get COVID tested. That was the biggest procedure, waiting in line and Come to find out, there were 5 Marines on our flight, so those guys were all getting tested with us, which was another sign from my dad that we were in the right spot today. So Semper Fi to all those Marines. We are headed to the house. Mike is driving. We just rented the car. We don't speak Italian, but we are going anyway. Honey, say hi.
Hi.
C'è tutta la vista, quella è Roma, Para Sabina, si vede la visuale. Attenzione, ok? Eccola qua.
Are you taking a video?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Vai giù? Allora. Allora, aspetta che faccio con violenza. Aspetta. Allora c'è la corrente, allora dobbiamo accenderla. Aspetta, accende la corrente. Aspetta che accendo la vita. Sì. Ok. Ok, sì, si può anche aprire quello, se uno vuole. Ho ucciso tutto. Ok. Allora. Allora, qui c'è tutta la vetrata, stavamente tutto di... Questa è una prima camera da letto, poi bagno,
Washer.
Lavatrice funzionante, lavatrice.
Washer, no dryer.
No, it's just a washer.
Washer, but no dryer.
Toilet.
No. Dry.
Funziona,
Just wash.
funziona la lavatrice. Per i signori, questa casa vacanza d'estate, però funzionava. Erano però 2 anni che i signori
it's
non
just a,
venivano.
it's just a washer.
Sì,
Yeah,
sì,
just
sì,
a washer.
Poi dopo chiediamo a Barbara, così la collega. Qui c'è tutta l'altra finestra, prego. Dico, perfetto.
Oh, heavenly day, all the clouds blew away. Got no trouble today.
When we finally sat down, your eyes were full of smile. I was desperate, I was weak, I could not put up a fight. But where are you now? Where are you now? Do you ever think of me in the quiet, in the crowd? Strangely less in pain than you were cold. triumphant in your mind of the logic that you hold.